finished L. Ron Hubbard's Writers of the Future. I think it's issue number 42. And it's basically a collection of short stories. There's about 14. It's a contest where for sci-fi and fantasy writers, you enter your short story and then they read them all and they make a collection, I think, for the year. I found out L. Ron Hubbard is the psycho who invented Scientology. And of course, I'm sure they put in, he wrote a couple of short story fiction stories or sci-fi stories. And I think in every issue they put his stories in. So even though that man is insane and Scientology is insane and they done insane things to poor people, at least we can say like one good thing that he brought to this world is bringing like the opportunity of new writers to come and get their works out there. So yeah, good thing. One good thing that came about Scientology. So this one is 14 new writers, or maybe 12, because mine is his 2 stories. 12 new writers, short stories. Most of them are science fiction. A couple of them are fantasy. And I have to say, I'm not really a science fiction reader. So, but I did enjoy the stories. I definitely did. I'm not going to say I didn't enjoy it. I definitely did enjoy the stories. There was a couple that were my favorite. But like I said, I'm not a normal science fiction reader. So to me, it seemed like the youngins that are writing this now for sci-fi have like a bleak outlook on the future. And then I was just thinking, well, maybe that's just normal for sci-fi, that they kind of assume that the future is going to be like horrid and like horrible and like, oh my God, we need to watch out, you know? And that's kind of what a lot of the sci-fi stories was like this bleak future that, you know, the people in the stories were working around. So again, like I said, I don't read it a lot. I don't know if that's normal, if that's just kind of the science fiction story, how it goes. But they were good nonetheless. The one I enjoyed most was the fantasy one, where it was a guy who meets like a elf girl, and then she has a dragon underground, and he's a baker, and then they really like his baking for some reason, and it has to do with them. And then that one had a more happier ending, right? So like fantasy dragon, like that was more like cozy-ish. I really enjoyed that one. And like I said, the more sci-fi bleak kind of sad ones, thinking about, you know, sad futures, they were good, but they didn't like warm my heart, you know. But I'm saying don't skip it. Like they are really good books, and I'm excited. I guess there's 42 more issues of all these short stories, so I do want to read them. If anybody else has read them, let me know. I really enjoyed them.